Greetings, brethren, Hausburger Donkey here again, and as promised, I wanted to show you once again my Oldhammer High Elf mage that I painted for my Oldhammer High Elf project. This is going to be a very, very long-term project, I have decided, because I really enjoyed painting him a lot. And I don't want to rob myself of the potential enjoyment I can get out of this army by speed painting a bunch of it. So I'm going to take very, very, very much care in painting every single figure in this army. Well, obviously I'm not going to take, as much time as I did with him for every single figure, but because he's a character. But I'm still going to take a bunch of time and make them all look nice. Yeah, so I think the most advanced thing that I did with him is this blend on his coat, which is actually this is just a very simple airbrush gradient. So I didn't really, it isn't really anything fancy. There isn't even any highlighting up there. This is just sort of shadow that got caught from doing the gradient, and I liked it so much that I decided to just keep it the way it is. Initially, my plan was to have sort of a field of stars, just sort of night sky thing on the bottom here, but I got scared of ruining it, so I didn't do it. And then I just went for bright, bold colors, as was the norm and the fashion in the 90s, and I love it. This is something I could have never produced in the 90s, obviously, because I was really young. When the 90s ended and this went out of fashion very quickly at the end of it, how old was I? 15? So yeah, I was not old enough to produce high-quality paint jobs like this. And back then, I got kind of swept up in the sort of grimdark, everything grungy, everything dirty and edgy wave that was gripping the hobby. So yeah, I wasn't into green bases and anything then. I am now. I still think this was the best period of Warhammer. But yeah, I can definitely produce something much more awesome now than I did then. What did I want to say? Something about this model. This didn't actually used to be my favorite High Elf wizard. There's another one who does not wear a helmet. It's the same sculpt, but it has flowing hair, and then it doesn't have this staff, and instead gives the horns with the sword. I still like that one, but I liked that one more when I was a kid, because I was a metalhead, and obviously, the guy giving the horns was cool and edgy, so I don't know. I really enjoy this model now, and I don't actually think I'm going to get the other mage with the horns. Maybe I will, but I don't have any concrete plans. Right, so this is my first model for the army. The next will actually be these rather dusty lads for the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. They still need a white prime. I've actually I realized about myself is I prefer priming metal miniatures in black and then priming them in white. For some reason, that gives them a better coat. It looks, the white looks more crisp, I find. When you just do it on top of the metal, it goes kind of gray and dusty and weird looking. But when you first prime them in black and then prime with white over that, it actually looks a lot better. And then, of course, there's also the Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower itself. And that one I mounted on a square base. Originally, these were not mounted, at least not standard. And they didn't come with bases either. But I don't like that. That's probably the only thing from the 90s that I don't like, is having war machines and things like that with no base sitting on the table, because they're made of metal. It's gonna scratch horrifically. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put them on bases if I can, and if there's no correlating base size, I think I'll just make a base for them, because the thought of them just sitting on a rough table top, I'm not a fan of that. Especially not if I'm going to put as much time into everything as I did into this guy. So yeah, these are going to be next, and then after that, I already have the next ones ready to be washed. We will have a unit of archers. There was a time a couple of years ago when I was really into buying these old minis. And I bought a load of high elves. I got really lucky. There was an auction on eBay that didn't have too many pictures. It was basically just, here's a box of Oldhammer figures. I don't know what's in it, pretty much. And I bid on it. I think I bought it for 70 or 80 euros. And I was kind of worried that I bought a box of junk. And then it came in, and it was a treasure trove. It did have a lot of junk there was a lot of incomplete stuff in there. For example, there were a bunch of Panther Knights, but only the torso, not the legs. Like 2 or 3 of them. A bunch of Illyrian border riders that also didn't have any legs or horses. And but then there was also pretty much a fantastic high elf army. There were at least 20 of these metal archers. There were, I think, 14 or 15 metal spearmen. There was a whole bunch of Marauder swordmasters. And just so much stuff. So that was the point where I was like, all right, I guess I'm making a high elf army, because now I have almost a high elf army. It also had this eagle claw bolt thrower, and I have a second one of these as well, because for some reason the eagle claw bolt thrower is probably the easiest and cheapest thing you can actually get in Oldhammer terms. It at least in Germany, it gets sold really, really cheaply. And then very recently, I bought some more white lions. I will definitely repaint these, because for one, the base doesn't match. It's way too dark. It's not goblin green, is it? Yeah, I'm definitely going to repaint these. So these will have to be stripped. But these are the really old school Marauder white lions, which I think at least they're both Marauder white lions. I mean, they look very different. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe maybe this one is newer? I don't know. I'll have to look in the catalog. I have the catalog for the high elves. I definitely know that these two, I see, but this one has the other style axe as well. So maybe he's supposed to be a champion. But there's several of him. No, see, this one is also different. Also more like that. They have the eagle on the helmet, and these guys just have... I really don't know. I'll have to consult the catalog to see if these are all Marauder. But I think they're close enough that I will probably put them in the same unit. I do have a few more of the Marauder white lines. There was in this bundle that I bought, there was a lot of Marauder stuff, which I was super excited about, because that stuff is really hard to come by and quite expensive. So especially I think I have 22 Marauder swordmasters, and that's crazy. That's really difficult to find stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show. I do have a whole box of these high elves. I have 2 units of swordmasters, a unit of spearmen, a big unit of spearmen, 2 units of archers, a big unit of silver helm cavalry, a bunch of shadow warriors, also the old Marauder ones, which is exciting. I'm not really missing too many figures. For the Oldhammer army, I think. I think the only thing that I really want... Oh, I even have a dragon, a Prince Imric on dragon. And a Tyrion. I don't think I have a techless. So I might still want a techless, and I definitely want a unit of Dragon Princes, and I kind of also want a unit of Valyrian Border Riders. Because I do really like those 2 units, and I don't have any of those. But I do have a unit, not a unit, I do have a Tyrannok Chariot. Yeah, so I've pretty much everything except Dragon Princes and Illyrian Border Guard, and this is what you can expect. There will be some of this every now and then whenever I really feel like it, because this is time intensive. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. This is going to be a great sort of in-between project when I'm just sick of speed painting stuff, and I just want to knock out just a few miniatures and make them look really cool, and dive back into my childhood. All right, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like this little Oldhammer lad. If I ever finish this army, I'm also going to do dwarves. But that is very much in the future. For now, I'm just going to continue with the High Elves. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in one of my next videos. Take care. Bye-bye.